Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is officially September, we are moving into a new season, so it's time to do a capsule wardrobe switchover. And yes, I cut my hair super short. I don't really know what to do with it or how to style it yet, so this is like the best we got right now. If you have really short hair, leave all your best styling tips down below because yeah, even waving it I have trouble, so. But I think this looks kind of chic. Anyways, okay. Let's reset the wardrobe. And I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Cotton. I am so excited to be working with them again. You guys know I've worked with them many times before on my channel. They are one of my favorite clothing brands and they are based right here in Toronto. So I love that local small biz Canadian aspect of it too. So Cotton is one of my favorite clothing brands for high quality and ethically made basics that are built to last. They're believers in conscious creation on their end to make it easier to consciously consume on our end when we do decide to buy new. All of their garments are made of natural fibers with the intent that they actually biodegrade at the end of their life cycle, and all of their cotton is sourced from the Better Cotton Initiative from small family-run farms in Egypt. They sent me a few pieces from their fall collection and some of their year-round basics that they're well known for, like their Essential Crew t-shirt. I keep buying this tee over and over and over again. It is one of my favorites. Some things that are new to me that they have all year round are these Plaza trousers. They are an amazing quality with a high waist and pleats that are really just flowy and cool. To me, they're just that much more elevated than your typical black work trouser, and they're made of 100% lyocell twill, so they still have a nice weight to them, but are equally as breathable, so they're gonna be an amazing piece for all year round. And for fall, I could not resist this Asila cropped sweater. This pattern is super cool. It's something that's totally different and kind of fun for me. I think it'll just add a really fun extra pop into a lot of my outfits for layering this season. They also sent me this unisex 100% cotton hoodie for casual everyday layering, giving Hailey Bieber vibes. And I decided to choose this men's Kilimanjaro fuzzy sweater because of how boxy and slouchy it is for a really cool look. And fun fact, a lot of Cotton's pieces are unisex, so there's something for everybody here. I just think Cotton is truly one of the most transparent brands I've ever encountered, where I don't really have to work hard to find out what I like to know before buying. Things like where the clothes come from, what it's made of, and even who makes them. And with every purchase, they give back to the farming communities in rural Egypt through the funding of literacy programs. So you're doing so much more than buying basics for your wardrobe when you shop from Cotton. So if you're interested in trying out Cotton for yourself, they gave me a little discount code ChristinaCotton15 to save 15% off your order. And I'll leave all my favorites linked down below in case you want to check them out. Thanks so much, Cotton. I'm gonna go down into storage and grab my containers that I've been storing my winter and fall clothes in. So I've got things like sweaters, thicker pants, boots. I'm gonna bring all that up, see what I've got, and then start doing the switchover. All right, so in here I've got a lot of my winter stuff. I don't even know what's in here. Yeah, so I have things like winter boots, thicker sweaters, some fall stuff, my carry-on luggage in case I need some more space for storage. I like that it's a hard case suitcase, so it's a little less likely that bugs and pests can get in here because all of this is going to be going back down into our storage locker. That's why I prefer using these plastic airtight containers and my luggage like this. So there's some things in here I don't quite need yet, but I am going to be putting in a lot of my summer stuff in here, and I'll put like the super wintry stuff on top so it's easy to access by the time it's time to do my winter capsule wardrobe. I have a strong feeling that this hair is going to be pulled back. I mean, look at the baby ponytail that was like, it's so tiny. I just can't deal with my hair in my face. I don't know why I did this. One thing I really love about doing a wardrobe reset in particular is that it just gets me re-familiar with a lot of my clothes. I find over the past couple of years I have been shopping a lot more freely, sometimes still impulsively, other times really intentional, but I find it's very easy to get caught up in newness all the time and just like dream about wearing certain pieces in certain places and stuff like that. So what I like about doing a wardrobe reset is just seeing what I have worn versus what I haven't, what I can consciously be like, hey, let's take an opportunity this season to wear it. and just sort of celebrate getting dressed. Because honestly, that's when I find I feel best about myself, about my style, about my clothes. It's when I'm just like wearing them and using them. Whether it's a new piece or an old one, it's just time that I get to spend with my closet, with myself, with my own creativity. And if you do struggle with things like impulse buying, overspending, or just feeling temptation and that chronic sense of want, where we feel like we just want to spend money and shift that energy into what we already have. Obviously, a lot easier said than done, but the more you do it, I think it creates a sense of consistency, a good habit, and for me, almost like a feeling of self-trust that I can say no to this thing that is tempting me right now, or I can say at least not now and make a plan to buy it later and add it to my closet in a way that feels joyful and not remorseful or impulsive. So this can be a bit of wardrobe therapy and self-reflection too, kind of give you an idea of what you've worn, what you haven't worn, and even if you're feeling tempted and a little spendy, it's just a great way to divert that energy and really remind yourself of what you have. And it's an opportunity for me to dream a little bit and have some fun in my closet, which that's what our wardrobe really should do for us. So and plus, hello, fall fashion, I'm just so stoked about it. Okay, I'm gonna start taking out all of my summer stuff. Let's go. All right, the hair is back. I knew I wouldn't last, but I've got here all of most of my summer stuff. It's basically like the linen clothes, tank tops, dresses, yes, we did it. Like linen button downs, shorts, more summertime jeans in terms of color and weight. So all of this I will be putting into storage so I can miss it for the next 8 months, since that's how long winter and cold weather lasts here in Canada. But I'll just show you. So we've got all that out of the wardrobe and on the bed, out of the way, and I'm just gonna show you what my closet looks like now. Okay, actually no, sorry, 1 second. Always make sure you're hydrated while you're doing this. Put on good music, put on a YouTube video, put on a podcast. If you like podcasts on slow fashion, I have one right here with my besties, Alyssa Bell Tempo and Sina from Use Less. We're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you're gonna do this with me, you might as well listen to our podcast. I look like I'm naked, but I'm really not. So the way I approach building my seasonal capsule wardrobe is I don't break it down into like 30 to 40 pieces and that's all I'm gonna be wearing for the season. That's not how I do it. That's not how I like to do it. It feels a little bit too restrictive for me, and I just have pieces that I reach for more regardless of the season. So that's the way I like to break down my wardrobe. I break it down into my 12 mowers, my 12 month out of the year pieces, and then I sprinkle in seasonal pieces that I already own or new pieces that I've bought that I want to be wearing for the season. So I don't really count the number of pieces. It's nothing like that. It's all very much by the season in terms of the weather, what I like to do, where I like to go, and pieces that I'm just looking forward to wearing. That to me makes it just really easy, and it allows me to have my tried and true wardrobe essentials at my reach anytime I want them, and gives me the option to play around with seasonality and even with trends if I want to. So that's how I like to do it. So I'll show you what the wardrobe's looking like right now. All right, so here we've got a lot of my 12-month out of the year clothes. Like I have my t-shirts. Some of these I'm just thinking about if I want to put them away or not. I have some long sleeves, some clothes that I am super stoked to wear, like this really crazy shoulder pad shirt. We've got some silk shirts, some cotton button-ups, a lot of my year-round dress pants. And in here, again, I would say, you know, I've got some like cardigans that were here already, some sweaters, and a lot of these are just like tank tops, bodysuits that I can wear pretty much all year round as layering pieces. So I feel like none of this really needs to go anywhere. Now I have the opportunity though to free up a lot of these hangers to put things away into these bins over here. So I'm gonna start doing that. And this is what I find to be really helpful. It just leaves me with a finite amount of hangers, amount of space that I can access within my wardrobe. So if I do wanna add something new, I'm really only limited to what I've got here, and it just sort of keeps everything in check so that, you know, we're not like bursting at the seams. So I'm gonna start pulling out all of my stuff from fall and winter storage and just start making the swaps. Let's see what we want to go in there. Not these, I don't need these yet. I got a lot of like winter stuff in here, like my cleats for my snow boots. It's not gonna snow yet, so I don't really need that. My down vest, I think that's a good thing to have. Yes, winter is coming, but I'm not ready for it yet. I don't want it to happen yet. The other thing you can consider while you're here is decluttering. So there may have been pieces that you just did not reach for in the summer, or as you're going through your fall and winter stuff, you're just like, no, I don't like this anymore, or this doesn't fit anymore. Just use whatever criteria you think is appropriate for you. No one's auditing your declutter. Just focus on what you want to keep and just get rid of what you're confident in letting go. A lot of what is in here is like very deep winter, so I don't need that yet. These are linen. It is not hot enough anymore for linen, so I'm gonna be putting pretty much all of my linen pieces away into storage, because now we're getting into wools, sweaters, sweater weather, pumpkin spice, Uggs, you know, the basic fall starter pack. So linen can go away. It's not like crazy cold yet, but it's definitely getting into that delicious jacket optional weather, you know? So. The other thing you can do when you're building your wardrobe is create some categories. So you can have your declutter pile, you can have your back in storage pile as your maybes, and the other pile I like to make is need to be tailored pile. A few of you pointed that out to me in a few past closet declutter videos, that you create a tailor pile or an alterations pile, and I think that is a genius idea because it just means that you're not writing off your wardrobe right away, and sometimes all a garment needs to get new life breathed into it, for it to feel better on you, is to go get it altered. All right, so now that everything is sort of put away, I am going to show you some select key pieces that I'm going to be putting into my fall wardrobe. Some of the pieces I'm so excited to add to this wardrobe are these wide leg trousers from cotton. I just think they're really cool and very like flowy, sculptural, and just very sort of voluminous, which makes them to me really elevated and cool. I'm gonna be making sure to add some sweaters, like my thinner cashmere sweaters, and some chunkier knits. Obviously, I love my t-shirts. I'm gonna be wearing those all year round, but some things I'm gonna be adding in are long sleeve tops, and that's gonna be ranging from something more form-fitting and tight to the body to something a little more classic, like a button-down that I wear all year round, and something a little more out there and like a statement, like this sculptural shoulder pad top from Tibby. I'll also be going through things like my shoes, putting away sandals that I'm no longer wearing anymore, flip-flops, more summery pieces into storage. That's gonna go away in my suitcase. And I'm gonna be pulling out things like boots, knee-high boots, and sneakers. And finally, my favorite category, blazers and jackets. So I am a blazer girl all year round, but in fall, I like to pull out my more seasonal looking blazers. These are tools that I like to employ that just feel a little more autumnal. So I'm gonna be busting out my Anina Bing checked blazer. And I also take this opportunity to go through my jacket closet where I can finally start pulling out my leather jackets, my trench coats, and just some more heavy chunky layers. And because we're still in somewhat transitional weather, there's still some pieces that I want to have some opportunities to style, so I'm going to keep them in my wardrobe and probably put them back into storage later. So for example, I really wanted to get a bit more wear out of this maxi skirt that I got from Dish that was in my summer wardrobe, and I think it will look really cool in transitional outfits with a chunky knit, with boots. So I'm definitely going to try to style it a little bit more before the weather completely turns. So that's my fall wardrobe switchover completed. And I hope you can see now that it is really a mix of pulling out seasonal pieces that you're excited to wear and mixing those in with your all year round wardrobe staples. To me, it's not so much about the number, but more about what I plan on wearing during the season and meeting the needs in terms of warmth, layering, and temperature. If you guys want a more in-depth breakdown of the seasonal pieces that I'm going to be adding and some capsule wardrobe outfits, make sure you leave me a comment down below and let me know. Thank you again so much to Cotton for sponsoring today's video. If you liked any of the pieces that you saw today, or you just want to check out some of their basics for the future, I'll make sure to leave everything linked down below for you, and I've got a nice little discount code that you can use when you're ready. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye!